So my lesson plan is sharks and minnows with a soccer twist to it. It is an activity for second graders, and the objective of this activity is to have the second graders travel independently in a large group to demonstrate skills of chasing, fleeing, and or dodging to avoid or catch others. Even though this activity is in a group setting, it is an individual assignment for the students so that they can show me that they understand the objective and that they are capable of doing the objective. This activity will include cones, pennies, and soccer balls. For this activity, you will need to group your students. Your group size depends on how many students you have. So if you have a class of 20, you could have 2 groups with 10. And if you have something larger than that, or if you would prefer more groups and just smaller numbers, that is a decision that is up to whatever you're comfortable with. After grouping your students, you will place them in grids that have been made prior to them coming into the classroom. Once your students are in the grid, you will hand a select few pennies, and these students will be the sharks and the rest will be minnows. All of the students need a ball at their feet, and they will start dribbling around in the boundaries of the grid. The sharks are going to try to knock the ball out or away from the minnows, and if a minnow's ball does get out of bounds, then the minnows to go and pick it up and skip around the grid with ball in hand. If a shark's ball gets knocked out of bounds, then the shark has to go get the ball and do 5 jumping jacks before he or she can enter the grid again and knock out the minnow's ball. The point of the game is to have the minnows basically dribble around to be the last one, and the sharks are trying to knock out as many minnows as they can. During the game, students might ask if they can skip anywhere when they're out of bounds. They cannot, because you need to keep track of all your students, and it would be easier if you just had them all in the same area. And students may ask if minnows can knock the ball away from the shark, and no, they cannot, because that is the shark's objective, and the minnows are just trying to focus on fleeing the shark. Some rules to be followed during this game is that there is no pushing and there is no tripping, and if a student is caught doing either of these things, he or she will have to sit out the game. During the game, if a shark loses their ball and it goes out of bounds, the shark has to go get their ball and do 5 jumping jacks before they're allowed back into the grid. When a minnow loses their ball and it goes out of bounds, the minnow has to go grab the ball and skip around the grid with their ball in hand. The winner of this game is the last minnow to have a ball at his or her feet, and the winner gets to choose the next 3 sharks.